We'll give it a minute for any participants to join us, Jordan.
Perfect.
Well, welcome everyone. We're so delighted to start Workforce Flathead Opportunity Fair, sponsored by FVCC, Job Service Kalispell, the Daily Interlake, and the Kalispell Chamber. Starting off our first week, we run for 4 weeks. We have Jordan Nelson. He is with Express Pros, and this week is focusing on manufacturing and trades. So Jordan, do you want to just hop in and tell us a little bit about what Express does?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Okay, great.
All right. So yeah, thank you, Kathy. Yeah, so I'm Jordan Nelson with Express Employment Professionals. Welcome to the first ever Opportunity Fair. Throughout the times like this, it is tough to be able to connect with people. So I love that we have this opportunity to have this Opportunity Fair. So with Express, we do cover almost every industry. So we will actually be on every week for the next 4 weeks, but this one I am going to focus more on the manufacturing trades. So to start us out, oh, and let me make sure that my slide, there we go. So what is Express? So Express, we are a full service employment agency. We work with full-time and part-time evaluation hires, our direct hire placements, temporary and seasonal options. And so we have quite a few different options for you. The majority of our placements are the evaluation hire. It allows you the opportunity to make sure that that's the correct fit based off culture and environment. We'll be there to help you with the skills and all that, but sometimes it's a little hard knowing the different environments or the cultures of the business. So it just gives you that opportunity to evaluate the business and make sure it is the right fit for you. We do also do our direct hire placement. This is mainly for those who are might be currently working and not able to, end their position without having that guaranteed position. So this is being hired directly onto the employer's payroll right away. And then our last option is our temporary and seasonal options. This could be anything from a couple 4-hour jobs to a 9-month seasonal contract. So we have a wide range of stuff. If you're looking for something just here or there, we can help you out with that. And then also if you're looking for a longer term seasonal position as well. Most of our seasonal positions, they start out seasonal, but most employers, if they find someone who is a good fit, they will keep you as well. So a few benefits of working with Express. So why should you use Express? There are close to 7,000 employers in the Flathead Valley, and we're always trying to connect with them. But we currently have a working relationship with over 1,000 of them. We're constantly recruiting and placing daily there. So we have a huge opportunity to be able to work with those 1,000 employers on your behalf. So with one application with Express, you actually get access to 1,000 employers that we're working with daily, plus the 6,000 others that we will call on your behalf if we feel like you fit there as well. So really just that one application can help you connect with the entire valley. Also, it's a way to figure out what you want to do long-term. So there's so many new opportunities that are coming up daily. There's new businesses moving in town, new types of jobs being done or created daily. So it gives you the chance to look at new industries and skills that you may not have thought of or even known about that are in the valley. So this can also help you get your foot in the door to a long-term career that you may have wanted to get into. So maybe taking a construction labor position that you didn't know about could lead you into learning the skills of framing, siding, really drywall, and so many opportunities that could move you into a project manager or foreman, or even being able to run your own crew. So it opens up your opportunities for your long-term career. And then also, lastly, our pay is actually average to above average for the valley currently. Last time I was looking, the average pay for the valley is about $13 to $14 an hour. We do have some positions that are right around that, slightly about 12, 13, but our average wage at Express currently is $16 an hour. So we have a lot of opportunities at a very good wage as well. So we'll hop in and actually talk about some of the current opportunities that we have right now. So just to start, we do have a production position starting at $16 an hour. We have actually 3 different companies hiring for different types of production. So again, your one application gets you in the door to 3 different opportunities just talking with us. We do have, like I said, framing positions. So if you got some framing experience, starting at $16 an hour. If you have a lot of framing experience, our employers are willing to raise that wage just to be able to get a good candidate in there. We currently have a maintenance tech position at a larger facility. They're starting at $17 an hour. Our CDL drivers, we actually have 3 different types of CDL driver positions currently open. One is over the road. You're home every night, but you're driving long distances. One is helping out. You're going to be doing delivery positions all locally, but you're able to get your workout in because you're helping unload and load as well. So able to kind of get that workout in instead of having to go to the gym. And then the other one is delivery driving locally, but that way you don't. Most of those ones you may have to help a little bit, but not quite as much. So wages all change depending on the type of position, but all of our CDL positions are starting at $18 an hour and going into the 20s. As the season's starting to change, our tire tech positions are starting to open up. Multiple companies looking for tire techs. Those are starting at $13 an hour. One thing that we really work a lot with is our general labor positions there. I think right now, last I looked, we've got close to 20 general labor positions currently open, starting at $15 an hour. And we actually have a contract right now for a 6-week contract for $30 an hour doing general labor stuff. So if you're looking to get some extra cash in your pocket, we always have opportunities like that as well. We got 2 different stone labor positions open starting at $16 an hour. Both companies are great to work with. And if you are a hard worker for them, they bump you up on wage quickly. We have 3 different types of installer positions. So again, you might see a job title that says, installer. We have 3 different types of businesses, all different, that we can talk with you about. So one skill set could get you into 3 different types of businesses. So great opportunity with that, starting at $15 an hour. We currently just placed actually a journeyman plumber at $25 an hour. He knows that after his 3-month evaluation hire, he will be bumped up in wage as well. So we know that those higher paying jobs are out there. We do have a plumber assistant position starting at $15 and then plumber apprentices. So we actually have some companies wanting to have people who want to learn. They're starting them at $18 an hour. Our custodian position starting at $12.75. This is for a couple local schools here. So what's nice with that is you have a little bit of flexibility with your schedule. They need some custodians during the school hours. They also need some after. So if you're looking for maybe a morning or a morning early day job, you have that, or you have something more in the afternoon. If you have maybe a spouse working, you can only work the evening shift. Our delivery driver positions also vary. Some of them are a little bit heavier labor. Some of them are just some fun running around town delivering parts. So those do start at $15 an hour. Our CNC machinists, we have 3 companies currently looking for that. That's starting at $18 an hour. Really depending on experience, we always will be able to go to the company and say, if your experience is really high, we want to make sure you get the wage that you want. So starting at $18 an hour, but we want to make sure we're helping out the employee as well. The season's coming for landscaping. We've got a lot of landscaper positions opening up, starting at $15 an hour, moving up from there, depending on experience as well. So if you're looking for any seasonal opportunities to be able to work outside, you got that. And I will say most of our landscaping companies, they do try to keep the employee busy or somewhat busy throughout the off season if you are a hard worker. So this isn't just a seasonal position. Sometimes it will go long-term as well. 2 different companies looking for assembly positions, different types of assembly again. So you come in for one, can kind of look at that skill set and see which type of environment or culture would you rather be with. So great opportunity there. We have a rifle manufacturer looking for some deburring techs right now. So that's starting at $14 an hour. And then we do have a couple high-end contractors looking for job site foremen. So that's starting at $20 an hour. But again, as you start with this company, you have great opportunity. So these are just some positions that I've just pulled out recently. We have many opportunities coming up daily that we're constantly recruiting for, constantly seeing. So as you have these, as you're looking, something might change tomorrow. So that's where with Express, you have an opportunity for 1,000 different employers, 1,000 different opportunities. So with our process, we want to make it as simple as possible for you. So the easiest way is come right on over, walk in, and we'll try to get you in right away for a walk-in interview. Our recruiter is here 8 to 5, Monday through Friday. So if you walk in, she'll try to come down and meet you there, or one of us will meet with you. Or you can always call over the phone. That's 257-2255. If our recruiter is available, she'll take you right there. If not, we'll schedule a time for you. just to meet, talk with her for 20 minutes, just about what you're looking for, really get a good grasp of what you are looking for, and then get you moved over to our employment specialist to start finding a position for you. And then we do have our standard online application, expresspros.com/CalispellMT. That way you can have a little more time if you want to really dig into getting your application filled out and also looking at other opportunities on our job board right there. So with that, I will move into any questions.
So, Jordan, if you stop sharing your screen.
Yeah.
Great, thank you. So for participants, if you have questions, feel free to enter them into the Q&A on your screen. If you are on the phone app, it's generally towards the bottom. You might have to swipe up to find it or tap your phone. But if there are any questions, feel free to put them in the Q&A and Jordan can take a look at those. In the meantime, Jordan, I have a couple of questions, if I may.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So what are key things you would look for in a hire? Is there something if I walked in that would help me to be successful or to be prepared?
I mean, the more prepared you are, the easier it is for us to get you started right away. So if you've got your resume, you've got your work history, you've got your references ready, that just helps us get going right away. So anything with that, but if you don't have that on hand, we can start the process with you. And then that way it gives you a little bit of time to gather all that and bring it in. But references, resume, all the work history, that if you have that ready, we can get you going almost immediately.
Okay. Well, and looking into the future, what are you most excited about with Express Employment Professionals?
So Express, we know that right now, like I said, we work with so many employers, and we know that this year, we're seeing so many opportunities coming through. So we're just really excited to see really what we can do for the local employers here with the hardworking employees that are out there. We know there's still a lot of them out there, still a lot of people nervous about the environment. So we're really working closely with both employees and employers, really making those matches, making sure that the culture and the fit and the skill sets all match. So then these people are able to have good long-term opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Terrific. Well, thank you for that. And I have a couple more questions, if I may. Are there opportunities potentially, if I were to start at a particular temp placement, are there opportunities to ever become permanent, or how does that work?
Yeah, great question. So our evaluation hire is our main one that we work with. So usually that is, it starts out on our payroll for upwards of 3 months. At any time, the employer can bring you on earlier if you want with a buyout contract. But majority of our positions, probably at least 80% of them, do turn into permanent long-term placements with the employer. So it's a good opportunity for you to get to know the employer, make sure it is the right fit. But almost all of them, if it is the right fit, it does turn into that permanent long-term opportunity.
Okay, well, that's good to know going in. People may have different preferences or hopes where things will land.
Yeah.
And this might be taking us a little bit out of manufacturing and trades, but I'm curious, you mentioned safety, and it sounds like you're really working within that. Are there remote jobs offered in the Valley?
We are seeing some remote positions still offered. A lot of those, we don't get too many of those just because it is so hard to get people onboarded with it. We really like to work with the employer, get the people working side by side. I think Kalispell is still such a face-to-face type of place that it's hard to go away from. So we really still are working a lot with our employers of how can we get them working in the business side by side with you. But we do have some remote positions that do come through here or there for that.
Well, and what would you recommend if someone does not have any work experience and they wanted to get into manufacturing or trades? Is there a way to start?
Yeah, and actually Express is a great opportunity or a great place to go if you don't have experience with it, because we look at who you are, we look at your personality, look at making sure that you fit with that culture of the business. So we look at that and then we go on your behalf. So we don't send the client a resume. We talk with the client about you, about why you would be a good person there. So if you don't have experience, we're a really great opportunity to come to, because we're going to go and sell who you are, not sell your work experience. So then that way, if there are those entry-level manufacturing positions, you're able to get your foot in the door beyond having to just send an application and hope that, they are able to look at it and don't get it skipped over.
Okay. So it sounds like there's a lot of opportunity, but if I were to come in and apply for manufacturing or trades job without experience or with experience, it will help if I would come in and just be at least organized with my experience, my references, have an idea maybe of what I'd like to do, or be open to having that conversation.
Yeah. So, I mean, references is big. I know we work with a lot of students who come out of high school, may not have work history yet. We always tell them, hey, you know what? Use your coaches, use your teachers, use your pastor. Those are personal references of people who can vouch for you. We just want that information. So when we're talking with our employer, we let them know, hey, Mr. Employer, this associate here knows or could fit in your position based off of what the people that have worked with them at school know. So even if you don't have work history, we want to be able to help you out, and we want to look at your personality and make sure that you are given the opportunity that you deserve, even as you're jumping into this new workforce.
Well, so it sounds like a good way to either get started or to, if you already have some skills, to hop into a position fairly quickly. Yeah,
and that's right. If someone has any transferable skills, if they're looking at switching, we always look at the transferable skills as well. I mean, there's a lot of people looking at, we work with a lot of people who may have, well, and myself, came from more of an industrial background. We don't stick someone in there if that's what they're looking at. We look at their transferable skills and say, hey, if you're an industrial background, but you're wanting to expand your career beyond some things, what opportunities do we have? And that goes to, if you take a general labor construction position, what opportunities do you have to take those skills, but move into a career opportunity that could grow into a foreman, grow into a superintendent type of position, or take your skills of, hard work and moving that into more of an entry-level administrative position if you're wanting to work into that. So a lot of opportunities coming through Express.
So if you would recommend someone to a particular employer after getting to know them, they would have an interview with the employer?
I will say almost probably 90 to 95% of our employees, when we recommend them, our employers, because they trust us and know us, they will have the interview. So it's a way to make sure you get your FaceTime with the employer. So we always try to let them, we call the employer and we sell you to them. We let them know why you would be a good fit with them. And then that way you get your time in front of them before.
Oh, okay. And do you ever give them tips for what a good interview might look like?
Yeah, we always do. We always want to make sure we get there. They're able to get off on the right foot. So we interview them here. We interview every single person. So if there's anything that we're like, hey, this would be a good tip for you in your next interview, we always try to help them out with that. So in that way, they feel really good going into that interview. They feel prepped and ready, and they can put their best foot forward as well.
Well, it sounds like it's a good place to start, or a good place to transition or get a foot in the door. So yeah. Our time is nearly up. So I'm going to put up your information again in case people want to get in touch with you. And just as a reminder, this will be on the Job Service Kalispell YouTube's page fairly shortly. And it will also live on the Workforce Flathead Opportunity Fair site, which is the Kalispell Chambers. So Jordan, I'm going to put that up right now, and hopefully people can see that at home.
Perfect. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for taking the time and talking about Express Employment Professionals. We appreciate the manufacturing and trades opportunities in our valley and how you contribute to that. So
Perfect. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you.
Yeah.
Take care.